We are here at an exhibition that's been set up at Parade Grounds in Secunderabad, where we are expecting on the 17th of September, Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah will be coming to unfurl the national flag. That, of course, is being marked by the BJP as Hyderabad Liberation Day or Telangana Liberation Day. And this exhibition, in a sense, is capturing the history of Telangana pre-independence and post-independence as well. Many people do not know that when India became independent, Hyderabad state, Telangana now presently, was not part of the Indian Union. In fact, we had in the Hyderabad state parts of Maharashtra and Karnataka as well. And that's one reason why Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde as well as Basavaraj Bommai will be called for the event that's to happen here on the 17th of September at Parade Grounds itself. So, first, it's talking about what used to happen, what had happened in Telangana much prior to the accession to the Indian state. 1857, how Telangana had participated in the struggle. Once again, we're talking about the Liberation Day, in which the literary and library movement started, some kind of a movement that in a sense gave is talked about as the Telugu Renaissance, when in fact a lot of activities around the Andhra Mahasabha had happened, and speaking about those people who had participated in that. The Vande Mataram movement, again something that happened on 30th November 1938, when in fact the government had declared Vande Mataram as a communal song and banned singing on the university campus. But of course, the defiant rebels on the campus, undaunted by the repressive measures of the government, had gone ahead with singing of the Vande Mataram. This was, the Quit India movement, when in fact the people of Telangana, many of them in fact had quit their government jobs in order to join Gandhiji's do or die movement. Now comes the chapter that's considered a dark chapter in Telangana's history. This is the so-called the Razakars, led by Qasim Razavi, and he is the Razakars, in a sense, were people who were equipped with arms, ammunition and transport vehicles that were said to have been financed by the Nizam's government, and they are said to have subjected the people of Telangana, Hyderabad state, then to a lot of atrocities, and there was a lot of anger against them. And this Ittihadul Muslimin is considered in fact a parent body of the MIM. Now, of course, Asaduddin Owaisi, who is heading the MIM, has very clearly said that he also considers Razakars a symbol of repression, and he has also in fact called for the celebrations of September 17th as Integration Day. The BJP, of course, celebrating it as Liberation Day. This is another important chapter in history, when there was something called a Farman that was issued by the Nizam, and standstill agreement, which said that the Hyderabad state then would not be part of the Indian Constituent Assembly, nor would it join the Indian Union, and that it would remain by itself. In fact, when August 15, 1947 happened, the Hyderabad state was an entity which is existing within the Indian Union geographically, but not part of the Indian Union. There was a series of massacres or actions that happened that led in fact to its accession to the Indian Union. One of them, the Parkal massacre, where in fact in Hanamkonda district, the Nizam's police or the Razakars opened fire and killed 22 people, and this is a memorial that has been erected there by Vidyasagar Rao, who was in fact a Union Minister of State for Home, as well as subsequently governors of Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, and he has built a memorial there. This is a palace of the Nizam, outside which in fact there was an attack on the Nizam. A bomb was hurled at him on December 4, 1947. Then the Bairanpalli incident. This is considered a symbol of the Raitanga Poratam, as it is called, the people's armed struggle against the Nizam. And in this, 100 people in fact are said to have been killed on August 27, 1948, fighting Razakars who had attacked the village. And in fact, it is said that the women were forcefully disrobed and asked to dance to Batkama, which is a very popular cultural dance done during the festivals in Telangana. This is the important part of history. Police action, or Operation Polo as it was called, when in fact the government of India on September 9, 1948 decided to dispatch the Indian troops into Hyderabad to save it from the chaos that was happening there because of the agitation of the people. So an ultimatum was delivered by VP Menon, who is the secretary to the Ministry of States, to the Nizam, and on 13th morning is when the Indian forces marched into Hyderabad. They were commanded by Major General J.N. Chowdhury, and this was called Operation Polo. And then subsequently, Rajgopalachari, who was the Governor General, had described it as police action. This is a very iconic photograph. Nizam with Sardar Patel, who of course brought together 565 entities under the Indian Union. For the Hyderabad state to come in, it took one more year and one more month. September 17th is when the Nizam in fact conceded defeat, even though the action started on 13th. It was on 17th that the Nizam sent a message to the government of India through K. Munshi that he had ordered ceasefire and disbandment of the Razakars. And in fact, the commander-in-chief of Hyderabad, Prince Azam Shah, formally brought down the Asaf Jahi flag. And on the same evening, Nizam in fact announced over the Deccan radio that he is surrendering, and the Hyderabad state would in fact access to the Indian Union. It is 1956 when in fact parts of Karnataka and Maharashtra were taken away and made part of their respective states, or as part of the linguistic division of states. The exhibition also has all these names: Ranga Reddy, Chityala Ailamma, Sita Ramaya, all those iconic names which who are all being honored here as people who have worked towards the liberation of not just India but also the then Hyderabad state. Many well-known names here, after who parks and buildings and many important monuments have been named. And I'm going to in fact walk across Ravi Narayan Reddy, Sardar Jamala Rao, Keshav Rao, and Durgabai Deshmukh, Sangam Lakshmi Bayamma, and Kaloji and others. I am also going to show you here the name of P.V. Narasimha Rao, who's been put up there, mentioning that he had taken part in the freedom struggle of the Hyderabad state, and someone who was of course a Congress activist, who went on to become the Prime Minister. He hoisted the national flag in Usmania University, defying the diktats of the Nizam, and was in fact constantly underground to escape the Nizam's secret police. Then again, of course, Narayan Rao Pawar, the attack which happened on the Nizam itself, the bomb that was thrown, that newspaper clipping as well, important part of history here. Katam Lakshmi Narayana, Dasridhar Rangacharya and others. The other side in fact showcases not just books but also an art exhibition. Beautiful works that have in fact, that's of course the flexi that is showing the big names of Telangana as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.